The Pittsburgh Steelers find themselves in the middle of a growing situation that may not have an easy or clean resolution, and at the center of it all is George Pickens, the young, explosive, and often polarizing wide receiver who, despite his immense talent and impact on the field, has become a source of behind-the-scenes tension and concern within the organization. According to NFL insider James Palmer, things have not gone smoothly between Pickens and the Steelers. In fact, Palmer went as far as to suggest that Pickens is unlikely to remain with the team beyond the 2025 season. His time in Pittsburgh, in a lot of people's minds, is limited, Palmer revealed in a segment discussing the current state of the Steelers' roster and team chemistry. It has not gone well behind the scenes between George Pickens and the Pittsburgh Steelers and everybody involved. And this is leading up to, could he play for them in 2025? Certainly could. Would he be departing after this season? Yes, in a lot of people's minds. This revelation is significant not just because of what it implies about the team's internal culture and locker room dynamics, but also because it paints a more complex picture of a player who, on the surface, seems to be delivering the kind of results any franchise would be thrilled to have. Pickens, despite missing time due to a hamstring injury, has posted back-to-back seasons averaging over 15 yards per reception and nearly eclipsing the 1,000-yard receiving mark in both campaigns. His 2024 season saw him haul in 59 catches for 900 yards and 3 touchdowns, even while operating in a dysfunctional quarterback situation and being the primary focus of opposing defenses. Still, production alone does not ensure job security, especially when there are questions about attitude, professionalism, and long-term fit with the team. Pickens has become known for his fiery demeanor on the field, which at times can be confused with a lack of composure. While he plays with passion, that same energy has reportedly led to issues in team meetings, inconsistent communication with coaches, and tension with teammates. Reports have circulated over the past year suggesting that his relationship with the coaching staff, while never publicly explosive, has had its share of difficulties. Some league insiders believe that part of the friction between Pickens and the Steelers stems from the organization's decision to trade for star wide receiver DK Metcalf and subsequently sign him to a massive 4-year contract extension worth $132 million. The deal averages $33 million per season, making Metcalf one of the highest-paid receivers in football. Pickens, meanwhile, is heading into the final year of his rookie contract and has yet to receive any long-term commitment from the franchise. While the Steelers could feasibly afford to keep both receivers on the roster, especially considering they are not currently paying a premium at the quarterback position, the optics and financial structure suggest otherwise. Historically, Pittsburgh has not been known for paying multiple wide receivers top-tier contracts at the same time, and the belief among executives around the league is that the team may be forced to choose between keeping Metcalf or extending Pickens. General Manager Omar Khan has tried to downplay the noise surrounding Pickens' future. During a pre-draft press conference and in multiple interviews since, Khan has reiterated the team's desire to keep both Pickens and Metcalf together as their starting wide receiver tandem. "No, we're glad we have George and DK here," Khan said when asked if a Pickens trade was being considered. "I think they're going to be exciting for everyone to watch. I'm excited to have DK here, but now I'm going to answer your question. We want George here. He's part of this team." Yet, actions often speak louder than words. Multiple reports surfaced in the days leading up to the NFL draft suggesting that the Steelers were indeed fielding calls from other teams interested in acquiring Pickens. Some reports indicated that Pittsburgh was also initiating those conversations, testing the waters to see what type of draft compensation they might receive in return. According to insiders, the asking price was steep, a day 2 pick at a minimum, but the very fact that conversations were happening raises questions about the team's true intentions. ESPN's Jeremy Fowler added more intrigue to the situation during a recent appearance on NFL Live, stating that Pickens came close to requesting a trade prior to the NFL draft. However, Fowler also reported that Pickens had a change of heart, deciding to stay in Pittsburgh largely because of his admiration for head coach Mike Tomlin. "I was told, in the end, George, Pickens in the end wants to be in Pittsburgh, sort of flirted with a trade request, but in the end, he loves Mike Tomlin and wants to be a part of things, Fowler explained. That relationship with Tomlin may be the glue keeping everything together, at least for now. That revelation underscores the complicated nature of the Pickens situation. On one hand, you have a supremely talented receiver who's still just 24 years old and capable of taking over games with his physicality, catch radius, and explosive playmaking. On the other hand, you have a player who seems frustrated with his role, unsure about his future, and whose presence in the locker room has reportedly become a source of tension. What further complicates matters is the fact that Pickens is entering a contract year. If he puts up another productive season in 2025, he will undoubtedly command significant attention on the open market. The Steelers must decide whether to make him a part of their future or extract value via a trade before losing him for nothing in free agency. There's also the looming quarterback uncertainty that could impact Pickens' production and happiness in Pittsburgh. With the team still waiting on Aaron Rodgers to decide whether he'll play in 2025 or retire, and with only Mason Rudolph, Skylar Thompson, and rookie Will Howard currently on the depth chart, it's not hard to envision Pickens growing frustrated if the passing offense struggles again. He has already shown a tendency to voice displeasure when he feels underutilized, and a volatile quarterback situation could only exacerbate that. From a pure football standpoint, the pairing of DK Metcalf and George Pickens on the outside is tantalizing. Both are physical, explosive, and capable of stretching defenses vertically. Together, they could give the Steelers one of the most dangerous receiving duos in the NFL. But football is more than just talent, it's also about chemistry, alignment, and culture. And it appears that the Steelers are wrestling with whether Pickens fits the direction they want to go in all of those areas. Around the league, there are teams keeping a close eye on the situation. Wide receiver is always a position of need, and teams such as the Dallas Cowboys, New Orleans Saints, and Buffalo Bills have all been rumored to have interest in adding a dynamic playmaker. If the Steelers decide they don't want to commit to Pickens long-term, or if the behind-the-scenes issues escalate, a trade could materialize sooner rather than later. But for now, Pickens remains a Steeler. He's still wearing black and gold, still participating in off-season workouts, and still, at least publicly, expressing his commitment to the team. Whether that lasts through the entire 2025 season remains to be seen. The writing may not be on the wall yet, but the pencil is certainly hovering above it. The Steelers have a lot to figure out this offseason, from quarterback to offensive line to depth at key defensive positions. But perhaps the most delicate and consequential decision facing the front office involves George Pickens. Handle it well, and Pittsburgh could have a dynamic receiving core for years to come. Handle it poorly, and they risk losing a gifted talent and causing unnecessary disruption during a season that already carries significant pressure. Whatever comes next, it's clear that the Pickens situation is one of the most fascinating and potentially impactful storylines in Pittsburgh heading into the 2025 season. And how it ends could help shape the Steelers' future for years to come.